guys, it's Michelle. So yes, it's the pig days of summer. Normally you would say it's the dog days of summer, but it's actually the pig days of summer, meaning it is hot, hot, hot out here. So I wanted to show you guys, I know I've come out here before and shown you some of the things that we do to help keep the pigs cool. But I wanted to show you a couple of extra things that I've not shown you before. So this one, I don't think I've ever shown you before, is just a baby pool that we use to let the pigs, they'll go in there and they'll play around. And then I know that I have shown you guys the fact that we hose our pigs off. Yes, we do. I have no shame. It is hot, hot, hot out here in Ohio. We're in Southwest Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati. And these guys and gals, actually it's only one guy, get so hot and they love the water. They love to be hosed down. Hi, Star. Hi, sweet baby pumpkin. Do you like that? That feels nice, huh? That feels, they can hear their little happy little noises that they make being hosed off, which is just super fun. And then what they do is once they've gotten wet, they'll go and they'll scratch on something. It just, I don't know what it is about it, but they just like to go and scratch. Let's see if I can turn this off with one hand. This is like the worst nozzle ever. I might have to set you guys down to do it. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right, so let me turn this water off. So we have like an on and off switch like right out here that I can use. Look at that. But I want to show you guys something that we do. So we have for in the winter, a roofing that is clear. You can see it there. Of course, it needs to be cleaned off. It's not all the way clear. It's a little bit tinted. But in the summer, it gets baking hot in here. So what we do is we have a giant leftover tarp. I'm not even sure what this is from. But we go and we staple it up here and we hang it. The other thing that I have done for heat out here for the piggies is this fan. I just bought this. I love this fan. We actually have one of these in the house that we are currently using. It is so nice. Hi, sweet pumpkin. You want pets? You came over for pets? You did? You came over for scratches? So for those of you that don't know, we raise our Kune hogs, and it's literally spelled Kune, K-U-N-E, K-U-N-E. It's two words, but that's what they're called. This is the breed. They are a heritage hog. What does a heritage hog mean? A heritage hog means that this is a breed of pig that is from ancient times. A lot of them were from like the European hogs, and they are designed to be on pasture. The hogs that you see at like 4-H shows and your county fairs, they are not heritage hogs. They're not designed. Hi, you just keep getting closer and closer because you want to scratch on my leg. They are not designed for being out on pasture. But these pigs, she's scratching up on my knee. These pigs are totally designed to eat grass. They're designed to be out in the woods and eating nuts, and you can't get any closer into my body, sweet pumpkin. They're designed to be out and just scrounging for all the different things that they can. Now, they have left off their little weed pile, which was in my title here, so you have to go watch in the beginning from where they were eating. But Leah was pulling weeds over here in the raspberry section and then throwing them in here for the pigs, and they eat them, and it's awesome because they are supposed to be out on pasture. I'm sorry, I walked away from petting you. So we were pulling weeds because the fresh, green and grasses. Hi, you, Ray. Hi, sweet pumpkin to you too. Look at this. She's literally scratching on my knee because I'm not petting her right now. So I have to stand really solid to not get knocked over because I only have so many hands. Here, let's see if I can put you guys down so I can have more hands here. If you can stay in the hay there. Okay, so anyway, these guys and gals are, like I said, supposed to be, I'm going to be so dirty when this is done, are supposed to be out on grass. And what that does is it allows them to gain weight. They should be much smaller. Getting pushed over. They should be much smaller, but our pigs are a little bit bigger, and I say a little, but it's a lot bit bigger than they should be as Kunis because we feed them leftover breads and whatnot. They do get a lot of produce. We get leftover produce and stuff. We used to get a lot more. They've gained quite a bit because we've been getting more bread than produce these days. But in the summer, we not only pull weeds and give them the weeds, but we also mow the grass and we bag it and we give them. Okay, you cannot get any closer to me, Star. We mow the grass and we give it to them and they eat that and they love it. They absolutely love it. Now, ideally, if we had more acreage, we would have hot wire fencing, and then they would be out on the hot wire fencing and they would be grazing on an acre of land. That would be a beautiful thing. But we live on an acre, and so we're not able to do that. So we bring the grass to them because we think that that's the best way to go about it. So if you want to raise heritage hogs, I highly recommend the Kune breed. Our friends Mark Baker of Baker's Green Acres and his wife Jill, they do Mangalitas. They're very, very similar both of these pigs, sorry, I got like pig hair all over me. Both of these pigs are breeds, are heritage hogs, and they're both what's considered lard pigs. Let me knock my hands in the water here. I'm gonna go show you guys the chickens here in a second. I know you guys are just now tuning in. You have to go back and watch from the beginning. But I'm so filthy now because my leg, I was getting attacked by the by the pigs who wanted pets. They're like they're dog pigs is what they are. That's why I changed the title from the dog days of summer to the pig days of summer, because they love attention. She's coming back for more. They love attention. Let's see if I can set you back down here. And you can see how much she just wants scratches and pets. But I know it's so much attention. So I just hosed them down, which is where the water comes from, the water and weeds. And they love that. And I can tell that they're like hot. Now I want to show you another place as soon as I can get this satisfaction. Or am I satisfying just yet or not yet of the pets? And I want to show you another place that they have for cooling. So I've shown you the roofing that we do here. We put up this tarp to shade because our roof is clear, so that in the winter it actually receives heat, which is great. It's genius. No, don't hit the cell phone. Okay, so now we're eating weeds. Let me turn the camera around. So these are the weeds that Leah pulled, and this is them eating them. I want to point something out on this specific breed of Kune Kune that is our breed. I've shown you guys this before, but in case you've missed it, one of the most desirable traits, and I don't really know why, this is called a wattle. Look at you, jealous. I've just barely touched her. She comes over jealous. That's called a wattle. And when you may get them and you may not get them when you breed. She has her wattles, and that is a desirable trait. Now Ray is just done for the day. Ray is done. He says I have, but where is he at? He's in front of the fan, which is so great. I just put this up here because we had this smaller fan. The video, for some reason, I've never really noticed, it's kind of like computers. The fan is not going wonky and slow like that. It just looks like it on camera. It's going really fast and nice and smooth. This is, I know I'm bouncing all over here on information, but I kind of have to get it while the farm animal comes. That is Nigel, our rooster. Now, Nigel had a run-in with one of the dogs that we pet sit for that we knew had issues with chickens, and he jumped over a fence and pulled all of the feathers out of Nigel's back end, and he comes running. I thought for sure he'd be dead. His whole backside was like completely buck naked, and he lived to tell the tale. The funny thing about Nigel, and yes, we named him after Nigel Farage. The funny thing about Nigel is that his comb is sideways, so he always looks like he's got some sort of cool hairdo going on, and we just love him. He's just the cutest rooster, and you can see that his tail feathers are just now starting to come back. They should be a lot longer than that, but they're not. So anyway, I need to tell you guys where I got this fan. I got this fan at Harbor Freight, and the reason why we bought it is because we walked into Harbor Freight, and from like 25 feet away, we could feel it pushing. It's $59.99 at Harbor Freight. I have one inside, upstairs, and I went and just bought this last week to put out here for the pigs, and the pigs absolutely love it. Don't you, Baby? You just love it? I think you need to be hosed down again. I might get the hose out again one more time before I finish up here. But I want to go and show you guys. So they have what we call the hamster chute, okay? You may think that this is just the space that they have. They have a lot more space than this. Would you like to come with me, Star, and let's go show them. Let's go show them the space that you have. It's a lot more than what you think. I bet you'll follow me. Okay, so out here, the chickens are doing dust baths in what is normally their mud pit. And we have had so much rain that it's actually normally muddy out here. So here it is. So this is their mud pit, which I'm always like worried about that they're not gonna be able to get back out of. I don't think this is doing it justice, but it's so deep. Like, it's a ridiculously deep hole. Here she comes. So cute. So they've got a lot of space outside, which is shaded by this beautiful, beautiful sycamore tree. And then our property is surrounded I don't know if I've ever shown you guys all of this, but these right here, they're in the process of being trimmed right now. Are privets. They're privet hedges. And so you can see this part has been trimmed right here. Well, you probably can't tell, only I can tell, but this part has been trimmed. And then our property goes, that's our privacy fence. It's about from this fencing here to the wood fencing there is about 12, 13 feet. And that privacy fence is ours. So we have extra. We used to run our meat birds back there. We don't do that anymore because we found kind of an easier way of doing it. We're not really sure what we're going to do with that stretch of property. But right now it just is. We just mow it. Okay, so let me take you down here. We've got chickens, and I'm still going to walk through the mud pit here. So they have what we call this hamster chute. I'm not sure I've ever walked you guys down here before. This all still needs to be, I'm ducking, still needs to be trimmed. Right here is our raspberry patch. Patriot Gallery has been picking raspberries every single day. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you guys this section, or it's been a while. since I've showed you this section of the property, normally you guys are viewing from the road back here. So now you're viewing from back here to the road because I'm walking you this way. So that is our chicken tractor. Again, we haven't used that in 2 seasons. Look, we've got 2 buddies coming to say hi to me. And then of course we got a bunch of chickens that are hiding back in the shade because they're smart. So this is the hamster chute that walks all the way back here to this other pen. Now, let's see if I'm being followed. I am not being followed. I thought for sure I would be. This is our favorite pen. And I'm not sure why so chicken decided to lay an egg in the feeder there. I'm not sure why the pigs don't like it up here as much as Leah and I do. Looks like we just put this, so this is a hoop house. It was originally a hoop house that we had installed over this pig pen, and it has this permanent house, Baxter Springs. We store hay up here. And this has always been here. And then we decided to make it better with a better roof. So it has a solid roof on it now, but we still use the hoop house. And it looks like I need to bring the ladder out so I can shove this back up in here. Because what we do in the winter is we drop this plastic down on the entire pen up here, and it really, really holds in the heat. I love this pen in the winter. I love this pen in the summer. It's so nice and cool because it's shaded by not only this shade cloth, but all of those grape plants. Those are not wild grapes, those are real grapes, although we don't keep them pruned enough to actually produce really good grapes. So anyway, and then we've got Archie here who is digging a nice hole in Mom's tree. Do not dig to the roots, you'll get in trouble. And then we've got Augie coming. Oh my gosh. So yes, I guess it is the dog days of summer too, not just the pig days. And here comes Augie. We got a lot of dogs at God's Little Acre today. We have 5, which is about 2 more than we normally have. But that's okay because we're having a good time and everybody's having a blast. And they are digging out here in the mud. And there's our pool. I do need to show you. I know you were tuning in for pigs. If you want pigs, you have to go back and watch the beginning of the movie. The movie. Listen to me like it's a movie. It is a movie. It's a Facebook Live movie. Okay, so I got this volleyball net at a secondhand shop, and we have jerry rigged it. Can you say jerry rigged? I don't know. I did. I just did say it. So we have jerry rigged it over our pool. To that ladder right there. Wait, let's see where I can. I would never make a good weatherman. So with that ladder right there, and then I put a pole on it right here, so it's zip tied. The problem that we were having is that when Lee and I were out here trying to play badminton and also volleyball on this the other day. Oh my gosh, I just see this. This is Archie. Say hi, Archie. Oh my gosh. Is that the dogs were watching Leah and I play ball, which we never have time to do anything like that, but we did. To play ball in there, and then they wanted to get in the pool, and you don't want that. So God's Little Acre is actually in good working order right now, but some things are kind of a mess, and I'll show you. This pile right here is because a lot of trimming has been going on, a lot of trimming of trees. Leah so our whole front yard and our neighbor Nancy's yard is road frontage, and there's a lot of really old trees out there that are really, valuable trees. They're walnuts, but their branches hang down. And so Leah and several of us have been out there helping her to trim them, and we brought a bunch back to dry out. Let's see if we can catch one of my honeybees here. There's one of my honeybees. You see that? So I think this is, let's see, let me smell this with this. I think this is a mint. This is a mint of some sort. Here we have Eden, and then Patriot Gallery came out here. This is, you can probably guess what this is. That's a very upset chicken. This is a hammock holder that sits out and no one ever actually uses it. So Patriot Gallery turned it into a grave arbor, which I just think is the cutest. All of these paver stones are grave markers. There's 2. There's one round one there and then one here with this cupola, just random copper cupola sitting on top, for where our dogs Jasper and Sydney are buried. They died in 2018 and we loved them very, very much. But Patriot Gallery came out here and she worked so hard and she weeded this whole area. Is that a good, cool spot, Eden? Yeah. She weeded this whole area. This is normally a very prolific red raspberry patch that Patriot Gallery cleared out. We actually are selling some. I'll take you up to our plant stand in a minute. We'll do a whole God's Little Acre tour here for a second. And it normally looks like this, and I'll show you that in a second. But because we cleared it out, it's actually really nice because you can get in there and pick the berries. But our red raspberries are doing very well. Patriot Gallery has been doing a phenomenal job of coming out here morning and evening, picking the berries that we have in this patch right here that has done very well and is doing really good. It did much better last year, but it's still doing really good. This is where Leah was out weeding. So when she finishes weeding, we'll bring wood chips because we've got a pile of wood chips up front that we're moving around. You can see, I think Patriot Gallery brought some back here to the place set. We do have kids that come over sometimes. So we try to keep the place set clear of plants and wildlife and whatnot. Although these beautiful, I think these are Stelladoras daylilies, need to be moved. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they've been hiding back here for years, doing very well. One of the things that we're doing for our plant sale and plant stand out front is I've been wanting Leah to, and myself, dig up some of our perennials because we have some beautiful, phenomenal perennials here at God's Little Acre that are all hidden away. And I'd love to plant them up and sell them in our plant stand, in our plant sale. So now I lost my girls. Let's see where they went. So I was looking for the piggies. Let's see where they are. So this is one of our other roosters. He's one of the new ones. He came from a fresh batch last year, so he's very young. He is still learning that God's Little Acre is super chill. So he's a little bit uptight, but he's still cool. He does okay. There they are back there. They were probably looking for me back there in the mud pit, and it's so much cooler up there. It's so cool back here, like I said, underneath this sycamore tree, and they really love it. You may not be able to see. Let's see if I can zoom in. That's Hazel. Hazel is munching on branches that have been trimmed from those privet trees, which is awesome. So that's multi-use. Like I said, when you have the heritage hogs, they eat vegetation, that's the beauty of it. We have raised fair hogs one time. I held up two fingers because we had two pigs. We did it one time, and the fair hogs. Ray, are you lost? Are you missing your friends? They went the other way, man. And the fair hogs just don't eat as much. Like, you know how that you think, okay, I've got a pig, and it's gonna eat slop. Hi, Ray. It's going to eat slop, and it's going to, eat all the things that I bring into it. I'm going to bring weeds, and they're going to eat it. And the fair hogs just aren't that interested in it. And we tried. And then we switched to the Kune-Kunes, and we've been breeding them for the past 10 years, which I love breeding them. And they're, like I said, they're like dog pigs. I know you just got up, so I don't want to pet you and then you lay down. So let me finish our little tour. And we've got our two roosters. They're just checking me out like, Michelle, what are you doing? You know what? We're taking a tour, and you need to just chill out because I'm showing my friends around the place. Okay, so let's go take a look at the bees. This is doing nothing. This is absolutely doing nothing. At some point we will come in here and weed it. It's got an apple tree that's not doing well. I'll tell you why it does nothing, because I haven't been out here to do anything with it, and it's next to the beehive, so I try not to have Patriot Gallery and Leah back here to work on them. But this hive is doing really well. It's my one hive left. I need to probably do a split on it and put it into this one. This one's just sitting here ready to go. It's empty, and I can add some bees, and then we'll end up with two. I just haven't had as much time to work on the bees this year as I would like. I love my bees. I love the honey. I love the bees more than I love the honey even. I just haven't had time to work on them as much as I would like to, which I hate, but God knows. So they're doing good. They're flying. I don't see anything. A lot of times you're supposed to come out and check on your hives. It's really hot. So this hive does not have a ton of numbers because given the heat right here, even with the flyers that we have, because there will be, thousands of bees out flying right now, there should be a lot more what's called bearding on the front given the heat, and so the hive's not as big as it was or that I would like it to be, but that's okay. Here's our pear tree. We do have pears on here. We usually get a pretty good amount of pears off of this tree every year. It does not look like that's going to happen this year, which is sad. We had some very weird weather to start with this year, so it's 10 of one, 20 of another. Back here it looks like we have a giant, that one's probably a wild grape plant that's taking over these privets here that needs to be trimmed. I did come back here with the weed eater and weed eat a lot of this, but this is usually the area where I'm walking right now that we raise out our meat birds. We're still trying to figure out our date on that for raising meat birds. I hate to get the chicks at the height of summer, but that's probably what we're gonna do. Leah and Patriot Gallery completely redid this garden, and it looks really nice. There was a compost bin coming out about 6 feet from where we put those little bamboo sticks, and Patriot Gallery worked so hard on this, and she tore it all down. It looks like there's corn in here, there's carrots, there's some melons, tomatoes, beans. We're trying to keep the bunnies out. We've had a lot of issues with bunnies this year. This is another garden that's starting to pick up a lot of tomatoes. Leah said that her cucumbers in here are starting to do good. We had some lettuces over there, but they've kind of gotten bitter. That's probably a melon right there. Again, a lot of tomatoes. This garden right here, it may not look like much because it may just look like a bunch of green, but this is our tomato garden that Leah has done a great job on. Patriot Gallery just recently got a still. If anyone knows how to use one, we want to harvest this mint and put it in a distillery that she bought specifically for that. So we're gonna hopefully be able to harvest that mint and to create some mint oil with it. So that's exciting. Let's see, what else can I show you guys from right now? Okay, let's go to the plant stand and I'll show you what we've been doing and maybe give you an idea. Maybe you can do it better than we've been doing. Nigel's still like coming to yell at me. Hi, Nige. Maybe you can do it better than we've been doing it, but I still like what we're doing and people are utilizing it, which is really nice. We've actually been able to sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace by having the plant stand here, meaning we can just set the stuff out for people to come. And because we live in such an open public place, I don't worry about people taking advantage. No idea why this is out sitting in the sun, but I'm gonna move it. Whew, lemons. So this is fermented lemons. So we do have eggs out here, so let me turn this around. Oh, Sun-made lemonade. Oh, let me, just kidding. I thought this was fermented lemons. It's not. It should be in the sun because Patriot Gallery is making lemonade. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so let me turn this around and show you what we have out here. So we are selling some of our raspberry plants, some of our pepper plants. Hi, Eden. We have pepper plants right here. My mom's giving away these tomato plants. We're selling eggs every day and people are using our honor system jar, which is super awesome, which I love. And then Patriot Gallery puts drinks out here every day with ice that they either sell or free for delivery, guys. And then we've got more tomato plants that she's got out for free. We have some potted tomato plants for ourselves out here because this area gets a ton of sun now, especially since that tree fell down. So these are doing very well. These tomato plants right here are doing extremely well. And then this is the pile. Guys, I have to tell you something. I'm so glad Patriot Gallery stopped somebody and she was like, hey, this is, you can't, let me stand in the shade. You have to do this. So when guys are doing tree work and you want wood chips, you have to be bold enough, and she's so good at it, to go and talk to them and ask them, can you drop this off at my house? I'm willing to pay. Okay, that's tip number one. If anybody's leaving comments, for some reason the comments aren't showing up on my phone and I apologize. I could go in and check the comment section, but I'll read them afterwards and try to type a response. But anyway, so she saw somebody doing woodwork and she said, can we get this load? And it's actually a really big pile. I don't know if you can tell from the way that I'm sitting here. It's a really, really big pile. We've already pulled like a ton of wheelbarrows, like probably like 50 wheelbarrows off of this pile already. But here's the coolest thing. This is, and I want to save some of this out for our smoking, it's cherry. It's literally, it smells amazing. So I don't know how we got blessed enough. Patriot Gallery was just being led by the Holy Spirit. I don't know. But we got blessed enough to get cherry wood chips, which I've used on a lot of our, so we got a little egg sign out here. I've used on this flower bed, out by the mailbox, and then up front here, which we don't really take you guys up front very often just because it's like there's nothing super exciting here, but this is the front of our house, and that's my shop. That's where I do all of our work for the Resistance Chicks General Store, which you guys, I hope you watched the video that I uploaded, the chick monks of the air conditioner right there. Though it's not running because nobody's out there right now, but this is, we put all these cherry chips down, and it cost $30. She gave the guy, I think she ended up tipping him, so like $40, but she offered him 30 to start with. And then we have okay, so this since we're doing a tour, that is a kombucha SCOBY that I tossed out because we just did our kombucha fresh. If you guys don't know what kombucha is, it is a symbiotic relationship between yeast and bacteria, and it's a drink, and it's really, really good. And I just cleared out our, we had 2 giant 2-gallon containers of kombucha that we weren't staying on top of. I wasn't drinking it because we weren't staying on top of it, and I told Leah, I said, let's just get rid of 1, pare down to 2. And Leah said, well, funny thing you should say that. I would like to make some elderberry kombucha because I've got elderflowers that are in bloom right now. And so I said, okay, so we just cleared them out. I got rid of that SCOBY. I know it's called a SCOBY. I want to call it a Scooby all the time, like Scooby-Doo. Got rid of that SCOBY, saved out 4, and we're going to be selling, for anybody that lives local, I'm going to put them on Facebook Marketplace, 4 quarts of kombucha starters so you can start your own kombucha. You can do that from the store. Just get some kombucha, like a bottle of really good Synergy kombucha from the store, and you can start your own kombucha. It just takes a little while. So right here is a beautiful giant fig plant. I'm just going to take you real quick through here and then we'll be done with our tour for today. I'm not sure what this is. This is one of Leah's herbal plants. Again, this is one of Leah's herbal plants. I know that one of these is hogsworts. One of them is marshmallow. I'm pretty sure that this is the marshmallow root plant, and I'm not sure what this is. I'm not the herb person. I just weed whack around them. And then let's see. So this is our grape arbor. Okay, I'm taking you down through here. Look at this beautiful calla lily. Look at that. See what I meant? Like, we could be putting our perennials, because like I said, we have so many cool perennials just interspersed throughout our property that I could pot up and we could sell them. Somebody had asked the other day for irises, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got irises everywhere. So I just went and dug her up some irises. This is actually a really cool plant. I forget what it's called, but it's a beautiful perennial that comes out every year. Our blackberries are doing very well. There's some blackberries there. We have this random thing here because our well is right underneath here, and there's a hole. So we don't ever want anybody to fall in it and then we get sued. Let's see. So there's our grape plants. I can show you some really good grapes. Look at this giant fig taking over this whole area. It should not be. This area is kind of a hot mess, but it actually, there is rhyme to it, rhyme to the reason. But Patriot Gallery's been coming out here every day and she's been picking our black raspberries, which are wild, but I love them. If you are not familiar with the black raspberry, you are missing out. This is the black raspberry. It has the texture of a blackberry. Whoops. Okay, it has that kind of juicy black texture. It's like hard instead of the soft matte finish of a raspberry. But it is a raspberry, so it has that cone shape of a raspberry. And this is literally the flavor of my childhood. I kid you not. I want to say it probably tastes close to oh my gosh, a mulberry. It tastes very similar to a mulberry, but a little bit sweeter. But black raspberry, man, it's so good. So we have I should pick these while I'm here, but then I'm gonna lose them. We have an ice cream store that's local to Cincinnati. It's called Graeter's. A lot of famous celebrities come here to go to it. And one of the flavors that they have, I'll end this video in a second. One of the flavors that they have is black raspberry chip because it's a local thing. So anyway, this is one of our really good grapes. I don't know who has been taking care of this grape, but this is phenomenally trained. Don't you love how I come out to my own garden and I don't know who's doing stuff? So anyway, we got a lot of blackberries here and a lot of grapes and raspberries. And I'll end by showing you the actual grapes that we have. This is a cherry bush, which Patriot Gallery actually got cherries off of this year. Sometimes we get cherries off of it, sometimes we don't. They're a red cherry, like a pie cherry. Sorry, I'm trying to get my way out of here. Okay, let's see. So here is, and I think I may have showed you guys this on video the other day, but here's some of the grapes that we have. Let me turn this around so you can really see it. There we go. So that's some of our grape plants. Patriot Gallery just recently cleared out our greenhouse. You can see that. It looks really nice and clean, although we're not using anything in there right now because it's super hot. But we do use this garden for a lot of things. We just haven't been this year, but there's so many. I've got like perennial begonias in there with those pretty leaves. They get a tiny little flower. The yard just keeps going. I'm not going to take you on the rest because Leah just called me and I probably need to call her back. Just going live, Leah. You could find it. It's like literally, where would I be? I must be about my Father's business, Leah. If you don't know where I'm at, I'm in the temple expounding on the scriptures. Okay, that's a quote from Jesus. I'm going live. I'm not expounding on scriptures. But anyway, so I'm going to sign off and I'm going to give Leah a call. Hope you have enjoyed this update from God's Little Acre and this garden tour. And here's a bunch. I need to spread out these daylilies. They are too many. We have way too many daylilies. If anybody wants daylilies, come to my house and get them. All right, we love you guys. God loves you. God bless. Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory. If it's actually the truth, we will see you tonight for our headline news. I like to go live at 7 because that's our Friday time, but knowing Leah, it'll probably be 8 o'clock tonight. So it may be 8 o'clock even next Friday too, now that I'm thinking of it, because one of the pet visits that she needs to do, taking care of animals, is best done at 7. So let's plan for 8 tonight. And